Today I'll be doing my speech on something that I've learned a lot about the past few weeks, the United States Navy's C-2A Greyhound, the plane pictured here. It is the Navy's premier plane for delivering supplies and personnel on board aircraft carriers. VRC-40, the Rawhides, are the only East Coast squadron that flies a C-2A Greyhound. They always have 5 detachments with at least 1 or 2 gone at all times, deployed in support of aircraft carriers that have gone on deployment. This is the C-2A Greyhound. It is a twin engine turboprop, and it has the capacity for around 25 passengers and cargo that can be delivered from the shore to any carrier that's moving anywhere within range. This is a picture of me with a C-2 behind me. The C-2 is engaged in what is called FCLP's Field Carrier Landing Practice, which is where pilots attempt to fly carrier approaches on a runway painted to look like an aircraft carrier's landing approach area. This is another plane also engaged in the FCLPs. The man in the bottom right-hand corner is the landing signal officer. He is grading the approach and talking to the pilot the entire time that he is making his approach. This is a picture I took on board the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower of a C-2 from VRC-40 on its last approach before it comes to the carrier. If you'll notice the 4 wires strung across, it is going to catch one of those wires with its tail hook in the back and come to an arrested stop, as it did here. The stop is actually not as violent as you would think it is, but it is still a much different experience than flying on board a normal commercial plane. Following its arrested landing, the C-2 is taken over here, where its wings are folded so that flight operations can continue while the plane is being unloaded and then reloaded. You can't see in this picture, but the ramp at the back of it has been lowered, and they are getting supplies and people out. This was a picture I took on board the USS George H.W. Bush out the back of a C-2. This is what it looks like after it has stopped and its wings are folded there on the flight deck of the carrier, and things have already been unloaded off of this particular C-2. And then this is a picture of me and a friend of mine on board the George H.W. Bush when we got our picture taken after we got to walk around the deck for about 5 minutes while we had a break before we took back off of the carrier.